Hello, this is Gary at Jack Raven Bushcraft. This week I'm going to talk about lighting a fire with potassium permanganate. I hope you enjoy. Last week, if you remember, I did a video on lighting a fire with wire wool and a battery, so electrical ignition. And in that video I said that I wasn't convinced of it in terms of practicality, not that it didn't work, but just the availability of those, of having those materials. And I think I'm kind of inclined to put lighting a fire with potassium permanganate into that same category. If you kind of go back a few years, or maybe a little more than a few years, it used to be the case that you could go to the chemist and buy potassium permanganate. So people used to use it for treating athlete's foot, which is a fungicidal infection. So if you had athlete's foot, then you would get a bowl of water, pour some of the potassium permanganate in, and soak your feet in it. It would stain your feet purple for a little while afterwards, but it would clear up your athlete's foot. People would sometimes carry it as well as water purification. Now, as best I can tell, it is useful in water, or it is used in water purification, but mostly to remove odour such as sulphur from water. It's not something that I would routinely carry with me for the purpose of water purification. I'd much more likely to have something like chlorine dioxide on me to do that. The other thing you need is, or the other thing that is useful or helpful, is going to be some glycerin. And glycerin you can get in a couple of places. You can buy it in the cake department. In fact, in the supermarket, it's used in the making of royal icing. But it's also used as a beauty product, so you can put it on your skin to soften your skin. So the idea behind this, and I'm going to just put a little bit of just a cotton wool pad on the ground in front of me here, just so you can kind of see what's going on. It isn't strictly necessary. So the idea is to pour some of the potassium permanganate out, and then we're going to add a little bit of the glycerin, like so. Now, with this, I'm pretty sure that there is likely to be an optimum ratio of mixing these two chemicals together. However, I mean, even after all these years, I'm never entirely quite sure what that optimum ratio might be. So typically what I'll do is just add a little bit of each together, and then just see what happens. And there we go. I must have got it just about right that time. So you can see, as an ignition method, it is actually pretty good. It's given me a flame there, which means I don't have to do any additional work, no tinder bundle, that kind of thing required. All I need to do is get my first stage of kindling on top of that, and and we would be good to go. As I said last week as well, guys, this isn't something that I'm likely to carry around with me in my fire lighting kit. So those 3 methods of ignition that it's recommended to carry. But bushcraft is all about knowledge. The more you know, the better. The more methods of lighting a fire you know, the more likely you are to get a fire lit in any given circumstance. So yeah, knowledge is weightless. You can carry it around in your head and it is there. So I hope you found that useful. Get out and practice as always. We shall be getting more content onto our YouTube channel and blog next week. In the meantime, take care, stay safe.